I was asked to come in and talk about intelligent devices and sort of to key up, Michael, where you're going. You sort of took some of my thunder. But anyways, to discuss intelligent devices and the evolution of where we're going, I wanted to use another analogy of a device that has already gone through sort of that transition. And that device, Michael, it is the old cell phone. You guys remember one of these, right? You got a Nokia phone here. I don't know, it might be it's Qualcomm technology. Huh? So the key here is with a cell phone, prior to the cell phone, as me as a sales guy, I was really inefficient, right? I had to carry my address book with me. I had to carry my schedule with me. For customers to get a hold of me, they called an office, left a message, and I had to go find a payphone and call in, right? So in that case, I wasn't connected. With the advent of the mobile phone, I was real-time connected, huge value, right? And so I was able to take that data, take that cell phone and contact people real-time. I could call my admin. The key, though, was I still needed a human on the other end to help me, right? Then came the dawn as Moore's Law continued. Gordon Moore is the founder of Intel. The technology started getting advanced, so we were able to start moving our PDA along with our phone. So I got my little BlackBerry here, right? Very fixed function. I know a lot of people probably still have this, right? I actually graduated finally. But the BlackBerry brought that intelligence to the device. So now the device can actually help me in addition to having that connectivity, right? So now I had those schedules on my phone. They could get real-time updated thanks to the communication back and forth in the back office. So I didn't have to go find that telephone. I didn't have to go take my time to find it. I was there with the data, okay? Then ultimately what ended up happening is more technology came, and then we ended up getting to what we got to a certain platform, right? So then the smartphone came along. And it's not just the smartphone. The key here is that the smartphone, along with all the other devices it can talk to. So you have the Android operating system that runs on tablets. You've got the back end on the cloud and all the analytics. So now with all that data and all those different sources and all of that processing power both in the cloud here, instead of just telling me when my scheduled appointment is, now it could tell me, or Siri could tell me, or someone could tell me, leave now because it knows the traffic. It can take different forms of data, okay? So move that to devices. Very similar as what's happening in the devices, though we're really early in the early stages. The first part of the devices is to connect the devices. So let's take an HVAC system, an air conditioning system. Something we did at the port was to connect an HVAC system and systems that didn't have data flowing back to a central location and providing that data to yet a person, just like the cell phone, right? I have the admin in the back. In this case, I have the data in the back. So it was still a human interaction. The human controlled the actions. They would go and change the set points and manually do that. So that's sort of where we're at. We're starting to migrate and connect these devices. Beyond that, we're starting to move some more intelligence at the device so they can start making their decisions. An example of that is the Nest thermostat, right? The Nest thermostat now is learning the way you come in, your schedule, and then setting that air conditioning for better optimizations. And that's what's happening currently in the devices. We're starting to move that intelligence there, and you can start distributing that and having the devices indicate when there's some issues locally, right? So in the future, in sort of the, in the future, and where we see it going is actually once you get those intelligent connected devices that have that intelligence that can do that, talking with each other, and Michael pointed that out, right? All the disparate systems, security, occupancy, the elevator system, the lighting, knowing when the demand response system is kicked in, right? All of those together creating a software-defined automated platform where application developers can write on top across the breadth of these devices enables a lot of new and innovative ways, right? Similar to the Siri telling me to leave because of the traffic, bringing those extra sources of data. That's sort of the vision of where we're going with these devices. It's still out there. There's a lot of challenges to get to it. But in that case, once we get to that, the devices can be self-healing, right? They can know what's going on around them. They can indicate to the user when to go and fix it. So the key with those devices, and once we get to that big software-defined world, is we're no longer controlling the system by humans. The system's controlling itself with the humans just managing those systems. So it's a big difference. Just like your cell phone, you're no longer a slave to the cell phone. It's assisting you in your life. Over time, we can see devices doing the same. Thanks. Thanks,